All right, welcome to Presence and Practice. It's May 20th. We're glad to be together.
Mhm.
People are arriving and yeah, arrive where you are. And I encourage you, like we do, just kind of twist and turn and move your body and get kind of like work out the kinks if there are. And I like to turn my head and neck, scan your surroundings, stretch your arms. Maybe one time I'm gonna do jumping jacks. I really am. We're gonna do it someday.
Oh, she's doing it now. Kristen did it. Oh, cool. Oh, cool.
Ah,
All
Oh.
right, it's good to be together. So then now you can just kind of like get settled. Um, give yourself a hug or a hand on your heart, stomach,
Hmm.
face, um, whatever, just to tell your body you're safe. You're here, you're safe.
Oh.
This is the moment we have. I'm going to close my eyes. You're invited to.
Hmm.
So we did that and in continuing, we'll
Hmm.
sync up by just doing 3 breaths together and just realizing this is a gift of life. So breathing in, long, slow exhale. This time at the top, let's hold it at the top. So breathing in, hold, release. Another breath and let go. Just scan your body. Just notice where there's tension. And then you bring a loving presence to that tension, just gently. And when we do that, the goal is not necessarily to change it, but just allow it to be changed by loving presence, loving attention. I'm thinking about how God's presence and action, which is the kingdom of God, is within us and among us. So just let's be grounded in that for a moment. God's presence and action, which is his kingdom, is within us and among us. And we'll end with the part of scripture that says, nothing can separate us from God's love. And the way I see that is because that's what we're fully immersed in and swimming in. No part of us is disconnected. There is no separation.
mm.
Notice where there might be resistance to that reality. Thank you, Jesus. Breathing in and exhaling.
Well,
Man. And you're muted.
I was just talking to myself all by myself. Maybe Hiroko was moving. That was the movement. Maybe she was communicating to me. Oh, okay. I read that now. Okay.
No, I thought there was something wrong with my computer because
Mm.
I saw your mouth move, and then I was like, "Oh, wait!" I was trying to find out what was happening.
I see. I see. Okay, so I was just speaking. Orient yourself to before you come to Zoom. But now we are here. But like, I think whenever we are in that deep, that little moment of communion with God, it's just like there's a part of me wanting to stay there forever. It's hard for me to shift. Genuinely, right? I want to dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I don't want to come out. I don't want to come out to the world. So even though this space is not so much world, but learning again, practicing, it's like almost, I don't want to be there. I want to just stay where John is. John, just take us forever. Just keep going. And whole hour we can just stay here. So this is it's like almost muscle training. So then even in the future, what I do is, yeah, I usually close my eyes and I'm in it and I just in the ocean, just beautiful, being held. There's this part of me who doesn't want to come out. But then your parenting, your life, the appointments still wait. I think that's what it is like to live with God in this world until we really truly go in God's presence after death. I think this is the holding both. So then how I do is I usually close my eyes. And then like if I recognize the desire to stay there forever, I just make a mental note of it. I got it. I see it. But honestly, a little sadness, that's not my life here on earth. So I just remind myself, open my eyes. And sometimes that feels like, oh, so annoying. I don't want to open my eyes. So the way that I come back to this space, just look around, like meaning one more thing. I just look at the painting or the mountain and then come back to this place. And so I think that's what I was saying when I was muted. Okay, so I just said it again. And those, why this micro moment of aware and doing, even this moment, that to me, it represents life. After you do manual journaling, like, a lot of people practice manual journaling, you want to stay there forever, just writing, just be with God. And sometimes we take extended time like that, retreat, Sabbath. But the hustle of life, that's not how it works. And then what we are learning and practicing here is that what it is like to walk with God in the hustle and bustle of life. Yeah, do you do you agree? Is that why you guys are here? So that's what we are doing. And then I thought John beautifully integrate the parts work with the favorite Romans verse. That's something that life verse that since I was little, I was really holding on to. Is there anybody who wanted to kind of share what was happening? Anything that you are led to share, then anybody can comment on it, and I will move to what I prepared today. It was just good, or yeah, it was good. Yeah. Anybody else who has a good more than that? There's some thoughts that you wanted to like share. Oh, Hiroko.
Bit of a strange share. I had a freaky accident yesterday that I ended up at the urgent care and got 10 stitches on my finger. And in the midst of that, like I was
Oh,
doing the thing of like connecting with God. And then it started like it was like because of the adrenaline, I wasn't feeling the pain as much.
yeah.
And then as I like started calming down, it started hurting really bad. I'm like, oh no, 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 I can't like relax just yet. And just now as yeah, as I was connecting with Jesus in this space too, again, I'm just like noticing, oh, my finger. There's something about that, like really kind of coming back to regulation and the safety, and then also kind of like feeling the
Yeah.
the physical pain as well. I was just kind of like noticing that.
Yes,
It
yes.
is,
Even the pain.
yeah.
So then I echo with Hiroko. So she was literally talking about physical pain. That's easier, but emotional pain or anything relational pain. When John's saying, so if I piggyback on Hiroko, what I really appreciate about the Romans, nothing can separate us from the love of Christ. He's alluding that passage and saying it, no parts. And I really like that one line. No parts basically is not separate from the love of Christ, meaning almost this pinky actual pain. And also there's another part of Hiroko, like, no, 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 I don't want to feel that. Even that part, at least as now we are aware, I know that we wanted to feel it to heal it. We want to embrace it. We want to compassionately witness it. Whatever the language that you are using, I know there's always part of us that we are not feeling proud of. And then even me and John had a conflict right before this. And then there's a part of me, and I'm sure that part of John, whenever we have a conflict and tension, the way that I show up, and after that, like you are not fully proud, then that part I don't want to feel connected to, just like the pain. Everybody nods. It looks like it. We all have it. And Hiroko just kind of set the tone about physical pain that's easy to recognize. But then what the meditation or the grounding was so helpful to me, even that part of me that I don't feel fully proud of, wanting to justify, even a little portion of it, even that part is not separate from the love of Christ. And it's a very easy to hear it, but when you actually apply it in your own situation, I just want you to know that it's going to be very difficult. And that's okay. Go slow at the pace of God's grace and at the pace of your capacity. So that's what coming to my mind when John was sharing that. So thank you, Hiroko. Set that up as a, in a sense, safe way for all of us to relate. Okay, so today what I prepared was I'm just realizing thinly slice. That's what I'm doing. And we've been doing somatic. Many people are interested in somatic. So the very first slide that I want to share, I'm going to post it on a resource section. It's not mine, but everybody, many people, I think in this space, especially now, we're kind of just moving to a lot of people talking about body, somatic. So I thought I come across this little screen, what's that? The image that's sensory motor psychotherapy. So obviously I'm not fully trained in sensory motor psychotherapy. I believe it's a 3-year program, like kind of intense program. And that's not what I did. And I learned from different teachers who are training there. One of them, Angelina Fisher, she was the director of the place. There is a SCE, the Peter Levine, the somatic experiencing, are the like major two, like a psychotherapy kind of people. So to me, whenever I get, at least what I have is maybe comparing to the lay people, we kind of have an eyes to see when they provided something, we are like, oh, what are they sharing? So then I know what to actually look at, right? Because if you don't have eyes to see, you don't know which one is which. So I thought it came into my inbox today and I just clicked it and I saw it. Oh, let me see what they offer. And then I saw that. I thought, again, I will share it with you. So whenever this is, again, the warning, caution. When we are in this journey of healing, nowadays, because of AI and everybody really providing, even before information was flooding, now it's way more. It's like you cannot catch up. So please just let it go and just recognize this part of you thinking that you can catch up. You can run faster than them. No, it's not possible. So number one, just notice it. There's a part of you probably like, okay, if Sungshin gives me, now I'm going to study this. And then like, I'm going to apply it. Pause, stop. We cannot win that battle. We cannot win that speed. God's pace is always patient, unhurried. So always pause and remind yourself, is this my hurriness? Is alignment with God's spirit? This community, at least, that's what we are aiming at. So when I say it, again, it's not because I'm sharing it thinking that, okay, here is another one, go and apply. That's not why I'm sharing it. I want to make my intention very clearly. Why I brought that up is that everybody kind of interested in I share the 5 IJ somatic. Probably you might want to know more, like, what do I do? Like, so I thought since they come up with a very short handle of it, why not? Like, so I thought, hey, guys, last session, because of Kirsten, we add 2 poses, like child pose and then downward, oh gosh, the dog pose. So just like that, like just have it as just like a backup. And then if it happened, it just do it. And then I want to highlight something as I show you. That's all that is. Okay. So it's do not try to memorize it. Do not try to apply it. Just almost step back and, oh, what works for me? Or maybe one thing that resonated with me. I naturally did it, but I didn't know that there was a backup by the experts. Are you following what I'm saying? Because one of them was sign. Because I naturally do sigh a lot. Like, I didn't know whether that was good. I thought that was bad. In my culture, sighing is a sign that you push the blessing away. That's my culture. And then parents will scold their child if they sigh big. Don't you dare sigh, because you are pushing the blessing away. But then when I study about the body, I realized, oh my gosh, sighing was so resourcing. Do you see? So that's why I'm sharing this thing, okay? Why you might think there's something why you are explaining those things. I tend to use a lot of word, but I realize this lack of, or like the things that we didn't learn correctly, there's a lot of things that we need to undo. That's why I have to take time to explain or even know where I'm coming from. Otherwise, you assume that whatever I share, just you have to consume. That's not the point. I'm just sharing so that you can curate along with me. If you know my intention, you know what to do with that. Does it make sense? Because we grew up in a very one power up, down. You know, there is somebody who expert and can teach, therapist, pastor, someone like me in this case, then we automatically assume that they want me to do the things what they share. No, that's not my intention. All right. I'm gonna share the slide. Oh, hold on. Okay, what do you see? I need you guys feedback. Somebody said, what do you see? Do you see slide or my other thing?
Mm-mm.
We
What,
see
do you see
your
my slide?
everything.
Do you see my slide?
The side plus the other stuff.
Oh, then I have to close it.
Press play, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So sensory motor psychotherapy. So that's, they call it peace, and please do this 5-step. Again, if you find this helpful, please do it. But then I don't want to even read all of it, because you are gonna read it and then just discern whether this is something you want to do. You know, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna close my window. It's loud.
We have like the lawn guys here, and it's like right by us. You may not be able to hear it, but that's why Sungshim is going to close the windows or something like that. Can you guys hear it? No, it's super loud. So that Zoom does a really good job, but it's hard to think.
I'm sorry, but I had to do it. Otherwise, I will spend my energy on managing that sound. Okay, so 5 steps. So Hiroko, can you read P and E?
Yes. Okay, so P,
Mhm.
pause what you are doing to briefly identify bodily signals of unrest.
Yeah, can you read the small font as well?
Maybe you feel muscle tension, weakness, shakiness, numbness, shallow, rapid breathing, fast heart rate.
Okay, so for this community, obviously these people already assume that you know how to read body signal. So in our space, we are talking about nervous system, how it goes with it. So I just assume that by now you have kind of inklings of it. You've been continuously practicing that, right? So that's what they say, P. And then can you read E?
E, embody a somatic resource that feels supportive in your body in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Try combining them, like breathe and lengthen spine, make a stop gesture, and ground.
Okay, so the AC is more focusing on once you do that, just notice the positive effect and then stay there a little longer. That's what they say. And then E is like what I say now, engage back into your environment. Okay, so now Hiroko, since you are with me, can you read the somatic resources they provide? Because I said IJ somatic, but there are some good things that you guys can just naturally do, already do, but then just, I already very good at that. And then let me just reinforce it. That's why I'm just sharing it. Just somatic resources.
So just read it.
Yes.
Okay. Somatic resources, orient, look around, name colors you see,
Okay, perfect.
lengthen your spine.
Okay, so I think we talked about this maybe briefly in a different place. Lengthening your spine is that what I noticed that instead of like making myself stand tall or like sit up tall, like it's the bottom of your spine, just like lengthening. That's what that means. I didn't even know what that meant before. So I just want to share this, the articulation of it. Okay, the next one.
Mhm. Ground, sense your feet connect with the earth.
Okay, the next.
Breathe slowly and lightly through your nostrils into your belly.
Okay.
Place hands on heart or belly or hug yourself.
Okay.
Smile in a way that feels right to you.
Ah,
Make a stop gesture with palm open, facing outward.
wow. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm.
Stand up, feel your feet push against the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Push palms of hands against each other, the wall, or an object.
Mm-hmm.
Hum with a low pitch and sense the vibration.
Mm.
Move rhythmically, rock, sway, bounce, swing. Walk slowly, sensing your legs moving. Embody your culture, its traditions, and or the support of your ancestors.
Okay, thank you. All right. So let me pause right here before I stop. Okay. So I'm gonna share that, and then you can see the lot of similarity, but then there is much more resource. I'm sure that there is even endless more things. But I want to categorize with the two things. I just want you to notice something. Like, we're talking about breathing. Breathing is the basic. So we're always the either belly breathing, even the physiological side. Do you remember that? And then make your exhale longer. There are different way of breathing. But in terms of moving, do you notice that there are two types of things that in the list, just in general? So something like today, like when we do pray, how do you do that? We do this naturally, right? But would you do this motion with me? This is our natural prayer gesture. Now, can you push it against each other, the palm, and then see how it feels like? Like you notice that now your arm muscles are engaged. Does it make sense? Okay, just let it go. So this kind of when you engage and then there's the push against or push against the wall, if you remember, and probably, but when you have a moment to read it, you will see that some of them are engaging your actually sympathetic nervous system. It's like you have to engage. So the very principle is this. It's not about try to calm it down. That's what traditionally you knew. When you feel so anxious, too angry, what do you usually do? You try to calm it down. So that's where the somatic experiencing people, the somatic field really inform these Christian people. We Christians are very good at suppressing, especially anger, anxiety, and fear. Clearly in the Bible, it says sin. So when that arises, do you know what we learn? We learn not to turn towards it, actually push it against it, but then we are not even pushing it against it. We just try to just suppress it. And then we call it calming, and then we are not sinning. And that's why we ended up becoming pleasing, performing, controlling, fixing, and then passive aggressive. These are the hallmark of many good Christians that I see in my office. Part of the challenge is because when we have this sympathetic activation, usually fear, anger, that's something that you will experience, frustration, irritation, worry, nervous, all these things, the very different degrees of it. You know what we try to do? We try to calm it down. Yes, initially it might be helpful, but when the activation is more than your current capacity, what do you think you need to do now? Now we are learning nervous system and different somatic. What do you think we need to do? So when you see the list of things, now you have to engage it. So one of them is saying it, stop. When you say the movement itself has a strength, and then that's why we practice the push away before. Do you remember that? And that's what that means. By pushing it away, but it's not a gesture. It's literally like I have like, I'm like so frustrated. Then with that, instead of, oh my gosh, What am I becoming? It's like, oh my God, demon possessed. You are so looking so angry. It's not that. Now you engage the energy. And then instead of really turning it against people that I love, I just need to engage and push that away to create space. The purpose is not only push that away, to create a space where now I remember who I am in Christ. And what does it look like for me to act like a child of God and partner of kingdom? So when you read those things with a principle and an understanding of nervous system, now what you are going to do is you are not going to shaming about yourself having any of those activations, even shut down, and then like giving up energy. And we feel so bad about it. God is a hope of a resurrection. Why there are moments that I feel like I want to give up. I don't care. Whenever you are in that state, do you think pushing away will be helpful or placing hands on your head over your chest will be helpful? Which one is it?
Pushing.
Say it again. Who said that? Gina said that?
Pushing.
Pushing away? If the pushing away helps you, Gina, you can do it. My speculation is when I on a doso, losing my energy, shut down. What's the point of it? I don't want to do anything. If that's the case, you should not spend more energy. Right? You need to support that person. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to journal. You don't need to read the Bible. Nothing. Not because you don't need to engage with God. You don't have a space to engage, but we strive like, oh my God, what am I doing? That's actually very scary for many people, living being, functioning human being, and especially Christian. When we begin feeling powerless and hopeless, we're like, no. With God's help, I can do all things. That doesn't work. It's very counterproductive. We didn't know those things, and the church didn't teach us how to read our energy or nervous system, and then we ended up actually putting more burden on people. So when it is like that, the somatic wise, do you think we need to do the jumping jack? Sometimes though, jumping jack and the energizing thing is needed when it is that you actually cannot. It's like a border of it. Do you remember the window of tolerance that it's like we are doing it? You need to have your energy a little bit up. You need to engage those things. But what I'm saying is you already know that there is a part of you really losing energy. And then there is like, you really simply need to probably nap for 5 minutes. That's more holy thing than journaling and praying out loud. See, that is the whole point of. So why I share those a list of things, I thought that was very encouraging. In the field who did study this kind of thing for a long time, when they share something, they are not just pulling it out of their butt. This is really proven. So then I'm sharing that with you as a resource. But again, when you read it, it's not about you have to do it all those things. And when do I do what to do is more important. You gotta know when I need what. Basic principle. What did I say? When there is a high activation charge situation, maybe that kind of thing, saying no, and then pushing that away to create a space. Even this can be, because push it away, we cannot do it when we are with people. When you are with your client, Hiroko, we cannot push them away that energy. But I think this is really helpful because I think Bessel van der Kolk's wife, one of the class that I attend, that's when she shared. And then I thought, and then once I heard that was very fascinating, but I never used it. But when I reread this list, I think that's something that I can really use when I'm really secretly need to do something. I need to engage. I cannot do the down dog. I cannot do that. But this is very similar. It's like a down dog person. It's like I need to engage, but at the same time grounded. So like I'm just sharing those things as a way of us to just connect the dot to what we've been learning and then the somatic. Any questions before I move into now? That was the thing, and then I'm gonna move into what I also prepare. While I'm pulling it out, if someone has it, I would love you to comment on it, and if not, I will continue. Okay, I just assumed that. Okay, this is the slide. I think John made maybe after one of Zoom session that we did. Let's see. Margaret, do you think you can read that for me?
I sure could.
Yeah, thank you.
Emmanuel, God with us. The goal is not to have a perfect nervous system that never leaves the yellow zone. The goal is to know that even in the highest spikes of anxiety and the deepest freezes of despair, you are held by something bigger. Home is within you. It never leaves.
So I want you to just stay with it. I'm sure that you guys might have seen it or just pass by, but I really want us to. So then I want to show a dialogue between me and Lisa in the Lisa Pinkham in the Wall of Wind, and then I want to connect it to this something that's dear to me. So when you guys learn about this and this, it's the same thing, right? We've been just using this image. When I share this that ladder, my clients say, I try to stay on the top of the ladder. That's what they say. Is that the goal?
Mm-mm.
No. Here, window of tolerance. That's why the yellow. We wanted to only stay in this yellow. Is that the goal? But part of you think it's that the goal. Even now. Me too. That's why whenever the activation, any sort of activation happen, the cycle, that's why I said the sequence, because it's like almost you cannot skip that. We just know that this is what it means to be walk on earth. That's what probably Jesus also felt that. What he did was he was able to probably go through, and then each moment of it, he can feel God's presence, the Father's presence. But because he was a human nervous system, I'm sure he experienced the sequence. What it is that whether we can, whenever we have those sequence of things are happening, can I become aware something bigger than my flight, panic, rage, terror, shame is actually holding me? See, that is our goal. At the same time, even though you guys all nod, they know that's not the goal. I mean, even before, maybe there are places they don't even name that. So they think that when you learn something, they think that we have to stay in a yellow zone. And I thought John's image was so perfect. It's like that. Isn't that what you want? The gold ball and then this flat line. Isn't that what you want? It's like that we want to stay in that zone. No, the goal is to know that even in the highest spikes of anxiety and deepest freeze of despair, you are held by something bigger, warmer. That's your home. It never leaves you. And then now I want to under that, Anna Kang. So I think John shared something, May something, and then Anna said, oh, love this. What a needed reminder of this important truth. So just very short, but then I thought this is something that we need to remind ourselves over and over again on this journey of learning how to regulate our nervous system. And then this is Lisa's statement. Sunny, can you unmute yourself and read Lisa for me? And this is what Lisa said. Sunny, you didn't unmute. Can you unmute? Okay, maybe she cannot do it. So Sunny, then can I move on? Okay, can I ask Christine?
Sorry, I got it.
Oh,
I got it.
okay, you got it. Okay, you got
Read
it.
Lisa's.
Lisa, yep.
I appreciate this so much. I reached a point in this journey of neurotheology where it felt like the same culture of perfectionism was creeping in. This feels hopeful, gracious, and humble.
Pause.
Mm.
When I read that, I just loved it. This is something I've been thinking about. Relational theology, relational spirituality. Now there's a term many people, probably G. Wilder was probably pioneer in a neurotheology. There are a lot of now neurotheologians. They were talking. So I'm not familiar with everybody, but I think what Lisa is referring to, like humbly, she's saying it, maybe she studied, she followed different teachers, and then she made an observation where it felt like the same cultural perfectionism was creeping in.
Mhm.
So this is very important, something she's naming it. So it took time for me to actually organize my thought. And then I want to read that. That was my response. This resonates so much. You name, Lisa, name something I keep coming back to. A dysregulated nervous system will hear the right insights and still turn that into striving to earn. Pause and think about it. Whatever you are learning, even me in my field, I can learn parts work, attunement, now like in God's name, attachment, secure attachment, earn secure attachment with God, how to attach to God, like many, 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 many wonderful right insights. But our dysregulated nervous system still turn them into, I gotta do it right. I have to do it so that I can earn God's love and my place in kingdom. And from that striving, the familiar story arises. You know the sensation and then state. Sensation creates a state creates a story. So just notice the story that you are hearing in yourself when you are on this journey. The familiar story arises. Is it right or wrong? Did I do it right or did I do wrong? Is it good? Is it bad? Of course, I'm not saying it. There is no black or white. There are clearly right or wrong. But in your own healing journey, getting to know yourself constantly, is it right? Is it wrong? Am I doing it right? Is it wrong? It creates what? Sense of peace or anxiety. Constantly, something, it's more than anxiety. It's like this gasping sense of, I don't want to be behind. And that's why whenever I share something, I'm very careful now, like, because that is the nervous system people are in. Even though my intention is not, that's why in the beginning, I explained so much why I'm coming from, where I'm coming from. Then this is how I already shared it. Pleasing, people pleasing, even appeasing God, performing, perfectionism, and passivity survive neurotheology, not by disappearing, but by wearing new language. The container shapes what it carries. So your container is your nervous system. Constantly you're earning that whatever the even a good thing goes in, it turning into the shape of striving to earn. So the shift has to happen not in the insights, but in the presence that holds them. That's why what John said earlier seems very, very in alignment with what I'm just reading. And we didn't plan it. So there's a part of you constantly scanning and searching. Did I do it right or wrong? Even in this state that God holds that part of you. Even that part of you really doesn't seem to know true meaning of gospel yet. So, and that presence is only formed one way. This is just my understanding. Please don't believe me, okay? I don't like people blindly follow anybody. I want to do my study. So, but this is my, until this moment of this, only I'm turning 56 soon. So don't believe me. There are many people who already did, but this is just my observation. The presence is only formed one way in according to my study and then my journey, through the narrow gate of micro moments. Not by mastering the insights, but by walking them into your body. So you gotta do it. breath by breath, return by return. Every little moment of it, come home and take a little tiny step, next good thing that you need to do. You want to do. One small moment at a time. Guys, this is not metaphorical. I'm not metaphorically saying it, breath by breath, return by return. I'm not talking about image or metaphorically. I'm not symbolically speaking. It's material. It's like a literally muscle, like moment by moment. Repeat it over time. The nervous system itself is reshaped. That's the only way. Many clients comes and they want me to give it other way, wider road. I said, I'm sorry, there's no wider gate. Not many take this narrow road. And then container changes. It stops grasping and starts recognizing what truly needs to be filled in. You know what it is. It is the presence of God, his love, the mercy and grace, his patience and thoughtfulness, and his strength and power will meet you there. Even it's not perfect. You still yell, you're still anxious. You feel touching the shame and despair and wanting to disappear from the face of the earth. But even in that, he takes up space and be with you. And then this is Lisa's words. So I just wanted to read this, and then I will pause and maybe stay connected with you a little bit. Obviously, in the beginning, she said thank you, and then I took that out. These words come to mind, so I share them tenderly and attentively in response to what I just read to you. Sounds like Emmanuel's invitation to being new wineskins. And I thought, what a beautiful biblical integration that she named it. I named it as a nervous system. And that's why I love interacting with you guys in this space. Last time was the Kirsten. And then when I saw Lisa's this integration of, like, when I say nervous system language, she brought up our most, and something dear to our heart, just new wineskin. God wants us to become the new wineskin, and he already embodied it, and then let us follow it. He made himself, and he made a home in me among us. I think that's what comes to my mind. At this point, I'm gonna stop. I'm aware of 52. I have prepared some little simple thing. So let me check in with you first, and then I will decide whether I'm gonna share another part of it, or I will park here and then maybe interact with you. So let me pause right there. What's helpful to you? Or any questions that you have or reflection? Okay, Christine.
The sharing about the container, shaping what comes, that combined with the slide that John made about being held, I pictured the one holding us shaping my container. That being, yes, the actual breathe, breathe breath by breath, walking into it, but also for me, the allowing myself to be held shapes my container too.
Beautiful. Beautiful. How many space you enter into, and then let the silence hold you? Just like when Christine spoke, all of us knew we need a little silence to have the word land, but that's what it means to be held. The presence of God holding that container. Tension is, I want God to hold me. I want to feel that in my body, He holding me and be held. Interestingly, there's a human effort as well. See, that is, again, not just one or the other. You're right. It's about we let God be held. Hold us so that we feel in our body being held. For us to access that, all the things we said, stop, push away, this, and then Emmanuel journaling, knowing all these things are actually necessary. It's not a two separate thing. I'm not saying it. I echo with Christine and then also want to hold this both. Being held and then we participate in accessing the one that already holds us. So that is our journey. Keep going back and forth. So I really appreciate your image of new wineskin, but then God is actually holding that new wineskin. It's not something I have to generate. So I appreciate that. Anybody else? If it's not, I want to end with a story that just interaction between me and master teacher. And Hiroko, Ellen, I presented my case. In the case, she asked this question. So I want to share why, because I thought you are going to really relate to me. That's why. And then I want to almost take away, almost like something you can play with. So this is the question that Ellen Bader, is the Hiroko and I are in a teaching program. So we are learning, and then I presented my 90-minute couple session. It was just really, you guys kind of follow me on Wallowwind. It was really scary for me to do that in front of 100 other therapists, and they dissect me. And one of the women teacher asked, Sungshim, when tension arises, are you feeling scared? She's asking me. So just think about it. Me sitting with a couple. Now I am the one who need to help. So please think about it. You are a pastor. You are supposed to help your congregant. You are a mom and dad. You need to help your children. There are many various, okay? You are a friend who's listening to your friends. And then tension arises because it's not going the way that you want. Are you following me? So it's not, but then just think about it for a moment as me as a therapist sitting with a couple who are fighting. And then I'm doing intervention. And then it's not going anywhere. Now tension arises in me. And then she's asking me, are you feeling scared? It's so funny. I actually ask those questions to my clients, especially my male clients. No, that's what they say. No, I say no, because I'm not feeling scared at that time. I don't know why she asked that question, but I don't have time to unpack. But when you think about the nervous system sequence, she was actually right on, but I could not feel that. I'm like nervous. So I pause and say, I don't think I feel scared, but I am educated enough to tell you, probably I feel anxious and nervous. I said that. Then she asked this question. When tension arises, then, Sungshim, do you know what you are telling yourself? This is also a question. It's a sifting exercise. I asked my client, but here I am. When she asked me about the case I'm presenting, this is what happened. What is this?
Nothing.
Nothing, blank. when she asked me, do you know what you are telling
Oh, you
yourself?
stupid.
Literally go blank. I could not think of anything. And then that's exactly why my clients do that to me. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I am that client. I'm thinking, oh my gosh. Like, so she said, what are you telling yourself? Go blank. And then that's when I knew, okay, hold on a second. I'm functional freeze right here. So anything happened, Barbara asked beautiful question last session. When it is like that, I almost skip and then boom, right here. So that's why I go blank. Okay. So at least I was educated enough to know what was happening. So then I went blank and then I pause and I think, what did I tell myself? I really have no idea. And then with the slowing down, this is what I said. It's my fault. I'm responsible to fix this. There is a tension in the room. They are not feeling comfortable. It's my job to get rid of the tension, their tension and my tension. I can get rid of my tension by getting rid of their tension. And then, you know what she said? That's a lot of pressure. That's what she said. And then I said, yes, indeed. It's a lot of pressure. But I say this, I'm sure all of you are not there as a therapist. You all find yourself as a grandparents, parents, friend, pastor, facilitator. You all feel that. Maybe you say, it's not my fault. Maybe it's not working. What's the point of trying it? Whatever that is, to me, I want you to pay attention. Okay. Then she asked, what else can you say to yourself? Guess what? I'm asking that question to you. This is what I want you to really play with it this week. Again, what's happening? Blank. Blank. Nothing. I cannot think of anything else. See, again, that is a functional freeze. And then this is what she said. She said, can I make a suggestion? I say, yes, please make all the suggestion you have. I want to learn. She said, tell yourself, this is the moment I can learn the most. So I'm not going to go to detail. I'm not going to go into detail. This old story itself, I can unpack in light of nervous system, but I'm not going to go there. But this is my invitation. Tell yourself, whenever tension arises, just notice that whether it goes blank, if you want to do the sift, so you don't have a time to even write it down, just notice, what am I telling myself? If it goes blank, please know that probably I'm in the freeze. Something, you think it's nothing, but actually something is happening. And then just notice that what else you are telling yourself. When you quiet down, you will detect it like me. And then practice this. Tell yourself, this is the moment I can be still and know that God is with me and doing his thing, God thing. He's doing his thing for me and for you. So that's something I thought. Like, it's easy to do it, but this is the moment that you can learn the most. I've been really doing it. It's been helpful. But to me, I take it into be still and know that I'm God. So be still means like, but in a good way. So whatever the way that we become still and invisible and small, please take a couple of deep breaths or engage in one of those somatic, whatever that is, pushing away, whatever that you do, and then be curious. God is there with you. And then see that he's doing his own thing. We might not see it, but he's right there with you. So that is my sharing today. And now we are going to say goodbye. And those who wanted to maybe share your takeaway on a chat, I would love to see it. Or those who wanted to share out loud, I would love to hear that as well. And that's how we will say goodbye.
I can share.
Yes, please.
I think what really helped me in this today's session is becoming aware of my inner state that I subconsciously knew but didn't know that that I do judge the state outside of the yellow zone with almost like unconsciously. And if you were to ask me, I was like, oh no, it's normal. But then inside, I realize I do judge it. I'm afraid of those states. So when I see my daughter in the hyper state or dorsal state, when I am in that, I think I'm afraid, which means I am judging it. But I think in this session, like once again, you recognizing actually, like just like John's thing said, the goal isn't to remain in the yellow zone, but to know in different state, because in life we will end up in different state. And the goal is to know that God is with me and I could return home in any state. I think that was kind of like opening my eyes. Like I became aware of an area that I wasn't aware with, that I do judge, that I am afraid of those different states. But breath by breath, like moment by moment, like I know what to do when that judgment comes, when that fear comes. Like through your teaching, I understand like one micro moment at a time, returning home in those state, that my container, my nervous system will reshape. So I feel very hopeful and thankful.
Mhm. Thank you so much, Sunny. What a great summary. Wonderful. All right. Okay. It looked like maybe people don't want to write it down, so we just say goodbye. So if you unmute, we'll say goodbye, and then I will see you around on the Wall of Wind.
Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
Bye,
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
You're
everyone.
welcome.
Bye
You're
bye.
welcome. Bye.